Om Sri Sai Ram. Jnana Vahini, Chapter-05. 16. Being awareness, bliss describes the experience of Brahman. The word Brahman is derived from the root briha, meaning to expand, to increase, to enlarge, etc. Brihat means big, enlarged, gross, high, etc. Purusha has its root prai, meaning to fill, to complete. Pur means a town full of inhabitants, that is to say, the body. In a figurative manner of speaking, he who completes or is immanent in or who fills it is the Purusha. The word Atma has ap as its root, meaning to acquire, to earn, to conquer, to overcome, etc. He who knows the Atma can earn all knowledge, has acquired everything, has earned the knowledge of everything, because the Atma is omnipresent. He is then fixed in being awareness bliss, Satchitananda, that is, in the embodiment of Brahman. Being is the essence of peace, Shanti, and awareness is the essence of spiritual wisdom, Jnana. Together with bliss, they form the embodiment Swarupa of Brahman. The Taittiriya Upanishad has declared, through bliss, Ananda, all this is born. Through bliss, all this is living. In bliss alone, all this is merged. In bliss, all this rests. The category Atma within, Antar Atma, has the same attributes as the category Brahman. It is bliss born, blissful, and bliss merged. The more the knowledge, Jnana, the more the awareness of bliss, Ananda. The spiritually wise person, Jnani, has joy as the right hand, helpful in all emergencies and always willing and able to come to their rescue. Bhuma means limitless. The Chandogya Upanishad declares that bliss Ananda inheres only in the limitless, the eternal, the Brahman. Another word used by the spiritually wise to describe their experience of Brahman is the one whose nature is splendor, glory, or effulgence, who is illumination itself, Jyoti Swarupa. 10 million suns cannot equal the splendor of the Supreme Self, Paramatma. The word Shanti Swarupa indicates that it is peace, Shanti itself. In sacred texts, Shruti, like Ayam Atma Santo, it is proclaimed that the Supreme Self is the Supreme Peace, Prashanti itself. This is why the Supreme Self, Paramatma, is characterized as eternally pure, eternally intelligent, eternally liberated, eternally illuminated, eternally content, eternally conscious, etc. It is wisdom itself, so it is the embodiment of all teaching. It is not attached to anything, so it is ever free. At the very moment that the Brahman is tasted, all hunger ceases and all desires come to an end, so it grants content. The highest intellect, Vijnana, is the name given to the actual experience of the Brahman. It is a special type of wisdom, Jnana, unlike the common fund of information obtained from the study of books. The net result of the study of any branch of learning, the fruit of all that study, is also sometimes referred to as highest intellect. The unique wisdom of the Brahman is known by a variety of names like experiential wisdom, Jnana, insightful wisdom, Vijnana, intuitive wisdom, Prajnana, consciousness, Chitta, and pure consciousness, Chaitanya. The opposite of pure consciousness is the unconscious or inert, Jada. The knowledge of self-realization, Atma Jnana, makes everything conscious, active. Brahman is eternally conscious, Nitya Chaitanya, 17. Atma is immanent, non-changing unity behind time and space. Realized souls, jnanis, will feel that the Atma immanent in everyone is their own Atma. They will be happy that they are themselves all this. They will see no distinction between one person and the next, for they can experience only unity, not diversity. The physical differences of color, caste, and creed, which adhere only to the body, are marks of only the external body. The Atma has no parts, is Nishkala. It is without blemish, Nirmala, unaffected by desire, anger, greed, affection, pride, and envy. It is without activity, Nishkriya. It is creation, Prakriti, which undergoes all these modifications, or at least gives the impression that it is so modified. The Supreme Spirit, Purusha, is but the eternal witness, the ever modificationless. Of what can you say, this is truth? Only of that which persists in the past, present, and future, which has neither beginning nor end, which neither changes nor moves, which has uniform form, a unified experience giving property. Well, consider the body, the senses, the mind, the life force, and all such. They move and change, they begin and end, they are inert, Jada. They have three qualities, gunas, sloth, tamas, activity, rajas, and purity, sattva. They are without basic reality. They cause the delusion of reality. They have only relative value. They have no absolute value. They shine only out of borrowed light. Absolute truth is behind the reach of time and space. It is indivisible, a parichinna. It does not begin, it is always and ever existent. It is the basis, the fundamental, the self-revealing. Knowing it, experiencing it, is experiential wisdom, jnana. It cannot be marked out as such, and such as explained by some characteristics. It is a nirdesya. How can something that is above and behind the intellect and the mind be described through mere words? It is also termed invisible to the eye, a drisya, adrishya. The eye being the optical apparatus that undergoes change and that is very limited in its capacity. Brahman can never be grasped by anything elemental or physical. Through Brahman, the eye is able to see. So, how can the eye perceive Brahman itself? The mind is bound by the limitations of time, space, and casuation. How can the Supreme Self, Paramatma, who is superior to these and unaffected by time, unaffected by them, be limited by them? The terms Amala, Nirmala, or Vimala apply to the Supreme Self connote the same meaning. A mala implies absence of impurity, Nirmala without impurity, and Vimala having all impurity destroyed. So too, the terms a chitya, incapable of being conceived, and a vaivarya, without any activity, applied to Brahman for activity or work, imply the existence of another or others, whereas it is unique and unaware of any move toward or away from another. Know that creation, Jagat, is the form, Swarupa, of the secondary one, Virat Purusha. who arose from Brahman, the form imposed by illusion, Maya, on the super soul. Brahman is that which has become or appears to have become all this. The inner motive force, Antaryamin, in the without quality Nirguna aspect, it is the primal cause, the cosmic womb, Hiranyagarbha, of which creation is the manifestation. Grasping this secret of universe and its origin and existence, that is experiential spiritual wisdom, Jnana. Jai Sai Ram.